Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly swear to support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and to bear true faith and allegiance to the same. That I will obey the orders of the President of the United States and the orders of those officers appointed over me according to regulations and the Uniform Code of Military Justice. So help me God.
Liberty is something we all hold dear.
Unfortunately, there are those who sought to take it away.
So my uncle is currently enlisted in the Navy, and he is my best friend. He would always tell me stories of when he was stationed in Japan. He actually just came home after a 3-year deployment in February, and honestly, it was just being able to hug him and see him face to face instead of over a phone. It was just so heartwarming. I really missed him so much, and I'm very, very thankful that he's home.
Time and time again, they've been met by an immovable force.
One that is resolute.
One that never backs down.
One that always stood victorious.
These heroes are the veterans of our armed forces.
We celebrate Veterans Day on the anniversary of the armistice that ended World War I. The armistice that began on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month. The timing of this holiday is quite deliberate in terms of historical fact. But somehow it always seems quite fitting to me that this day comes deep in autumn when the colors are muted and the days seem to invite contemplation. It is, in a way, an odd thing to honor those who died in defense of our country, in defense of us, in wars far away. The imagination plays a trick. We see these soldiers in our mind as old and wise, but most of them were boys when they died, and they gave up 2 lives, the one they were living and the one they would have lived. When they died, they gave up their chance to be husbands and fathers and grandfathers. They gave up their chance to be revered old men. They gave up everything for our country, for us. And all we can do is remember. I will not fail thee, nor forsake thee. In memory of those who gave the last full measure of devotion, may our efforts to achieve lasting peace gain strength. Let us make a vow to our dead. Let us show them by our actions that we understand what they died for. Strengthened by their courage, heartened by their value, and borne by their memory, let us continue to stand for the ideals for which they lived and died.
My grandpa was in the Air Force. He don't really like talking about it though, but I'm very glad what he did for me, and I respect his service.
My dad, he served for about 8 years, stationed in Kuwait, but he was part of the reserves. I plan on doing active duty.
Well, my papa, when he was in Saudi Arabia, he told me that they took like the giant tarantulas and they poured epoxy over them and they put them out on the outside of the tents to scare people as like training sort of things.
My uncle was in the Air Force for about half of his life. When I was like 5 years old, I went to his when he resigned or got out of the military. And, an honor thing that they did was they give their uniform to someone that they cared about, and I was the one who got it. And I remember being so excited, and I went home and found my mom look.
We say thank you for your service.
We say thank you for your sacrifice.
We say thank you for freedom.